Right then guys, lambretta vlog time. Sorry it's been ages since the last vid. There's been all sorts going on with this, as usual. First thing was, went to York the other week with my mate Puss, on scooters obviously, to the York Inset scooter meet thing. It was like people showing off their scooters and that. It was just somewhere to go, you know. There were bikes and a few bikes and a load of scooters and that were good. And on the way back from there on the A64, just got off the A64 and it broke down. Like went to gear down on the slip road and that as we were coming to a stop and it just died immediately. So I dumped the clutch, bumped it back into running, made it a little bit further. Next time I did it, it just happened again. So I'm gonna have to pull up. So that was a kiss to death. So as soon as I pulled up, couldn't get it to spark again. There were no spark, no fuck all. So the stator had died, like they do. So that was that. So I had to buy a new stator and a CDI. I established this by swapping out the CDI first, seeing if I got a spark. Didn't get anything. Swapped the CDI first, yeah, then swapped the stator. Just basically with new parts that I knew were working, that my pals had and that, like Puss had. See if I get a spark. So in order to get a spark, what I had to do was get a new stator and a new CDI. It's like they both all just died together at the same time, which I thought might be a bit unusual, but after speaking to John, he says, well no, because if one fails, the other one sort of doesn't know what to do either, you know what I mean, because its buddy's not there. They sort of work together, as far as I understand it. So if one dies, the other one's just going to not be long after it, so that's what happened. So I swapped all that and it were all good. Did have some footage of it, but the other thing is, the little camera that I've got, well the camera that I've got, it's got a little microphone. It sounds like shit this. And the microphone has got like one of those little wind guard things on it. I've lost that. So the sound, apologies, it might be like really, really harsh. You know, how loud it is and everything. In which case it's going to be a bit of a nightmare, so you just have to bear with us until I can get another little microphone sorted, but it's just more expense in it. As if there ain't enough expense with this. So yeah, so that's that. So there you go. I went out last night. Oh, this is the last one. Went out last night and went to the scooter meet like that we do on a Thursday. Every Thursday you meet up down at the Wagon on Westgate. So did that. Went. We were setting off to go to Featherstone for Featherstone Spartans had a do yesterday. So thanks to those guys. So I made it there in the end, which I'll come on to in a minute. But it was really good. We had some. My wife's gone away, sort of thing, so I haven't really had a lot to eat. Cause I can cook, but I can't be asked. So I went over there and there were loads of food and everything. There were loads of food all laid on for everyone and that, so I had some nice sausage casserole and Yorkshire puddings and stuff. Loads of scooters, so it was really good, so I really enjoyed myself. But yeah, what we were going to say was, as we set off from there, we were on Westgate, we'd just sort of gone up a little bit, and the scooter just died again. And I thought, oh no. I did have this on camera as well, but I'll come on to this in a minute, but I haven't got it now. So the scooter died, and I thought, fucking hell. So I took the side panel off, and it looked like the suppressor cap had just popped off the top of the thing, you know, off the spark plug, which is fine. So I just bobbed it back on. Another fucking, I don't know, 30 yards or something, it just died again. So I took it out, and after, you know, actually looking at it properly, it turns out the spark plug, on the top of a spark plug, is like a little wind-on bit that's threaded. And because it was a brand new spark plug, I hadn't bothered to tighten that right up. Going up here. So I hadn't bothered to tighten that up. So that was what was coming off. So I had to take that off, put it back on the spark plug, tightened it right up with a pair of pliers. And then it's been alright ever since. Touch wood, if there were any wood on board. Yeah, so like I said, so the suppressor cap thing had come off. You know, the end off the spark plug had come off basically. So I fit that back on, and then I had to make it to thing on my own to Featherstone then. And I don't really know how to get to Featherstone. I had a vague idea. So it turns out I went the entire wrong way, and I think I ended up sort of in Castleford way. So I asked some people, and even they were a bit vague with it. Bloody hell. they were a bit vague and said it's over that direction. I thought, well, cheers, like, it seemed like locals, but... So I made it in the end anyway, and I had some lovely Yorkshire puddings with sausages. Yes, that were good. So I even called it the Redbeck on the way back, the Redbeck Motel Holiday Inn. What's going on here? So I called in there, which is like, I think it's like in the Guinness Book of Records being open the longest. You know, like one of the longest opened cafes. And I don't mean like established, I mean it's 24/7 is this cafe. The Redbeck Motel, look it up online. You can go in there and get a special breakfast, which is like a big breakfast with chips on it and lot, and like tomato and everything, everything but with chips. And it's about £4 or £4.50 or something with tea and bread and butter, no less. But make sure you ask for your bread and butter. There's a fucking pro tip. Because they don't always give you bread and butter, but if you ask for it, they'll give you it and it's free. Tell them I sent you. It's turning into an advert for the Redbeck. Right, I'm going to call and see my mate John anyway at Wakey Scooters. I'll show you where Wakey Scooters is in case you don't know. I've shown you it time and again though, or I tend to think I have, but I don't know if I actually have. It's a lovely little ride. I'll go see John, just go in there and shoot the shit for 10 minutes. And then go home and check the plug colour and everything, because like I said earlier, it is a new plug. Shouldn't be anything that's changed, to be fair, because the only thing that failed was the stator and the CDI. So nothing's changed regarding the air fuel mixture. The only thing that has had to occur is I had to do the timing again, you see, because I put a new stator on. Even though I'd scribed around where my old stator was, which is a good tip because it gets you in the right ballpark. So when you put a new one on, sorry, before you take your old one off, if it's bust, scribe around it with something sharp. Then when you put your other one on, you can just slot it exactly where it was, and you should be really close to where you need to be. Now that's all well and good, but the thing is, the one I was using before that actually failed was a SIL one, a Scooters India Limited one. And then I've replaced it with a BGM 120 watt one, which is as far as I can tell, one of the best ones I can get my hands on. So the problem we had is that the back plate itself, the back plate is a different shape, it's like a different profile, so the scribing bit that I'd done was pretty much useless, to be fair, because it was a different shape component that I was putting back on. If you've seen a stator and you've had one in your hand and stuff, you know what I mean. If you haven't, then why haven't you? Basically, you need to get on with it and see what I'm talking about. So yeah, so that's what happened there with that. Having said all that, it all worked out alright. We've got a good strong spark. Scooter started up lovely, starts up sort of better than it did before. And everything's fine. So I'm gonna leave it. So thanks for watching. Subscribe, give it a thumbs up. Say hello if you see me out and about, because I absolutely love that when people do that. So thanks for watching. Subscribe, give it a thumbs up and all that if you feel that way inclined. Have a nice day.